welcome back to Super Tuesday Recap. This is your host, Kriss and Dpalm here, and it's the end of the month of March. I feel like we're flying through fucking 2018. Is it me? Are we flying through 2018?
I cannot believe it's almost April.
Yeah, it's almost the fucking April. It's fucking crazy. But you know, end of the month, that means it's mailbag time. Mailbag episodes where we take your email submissions and we also cover some topics, and we just have a good chat here. I'm dealing right now. My mentions are trash right now, dude. Like the diversity comics, dude.
So people are like, "Oh, how are things going with the podcast?" I'm like, "It's going fine. Don't ask me questions because you might follow me on Twitter, and then like I'll end up like you. Like you've got a lot more followers than I do, but I enjoy my Twitter corner.
Yo, listen,
my little corner. I get bothered like mostly in the fall during college football season, but by and large, I get left the fuck alone.
Oh yeah, no. Today
they come for you. They find you.
Well, no, and to be fair, this time I kicked a hornet's nest on purpose. So I did it to myself today, and I don't care. Fuck that diversity's comics dude. Like he's fucking terrible. Like just real quickly, I just want to throw this out, and we'll get more into this later on at the end of the episode. But like I'm tired of these white dude bros who think that they're the face of comics. It's the most annoying thing in the world. Like, oh, well, back in my day, comics were good. It's like, fucking back in your day, comics didn't sell. Like, can we go back to the time when comics sold, like the 90s? You mean like when Marvel went bankrupt? When there were like 20 different covers for an X-Men #1? Foil covers all over the fucking place? That good time?
The speculator market overcrowded, overflooded the market, and then had the other two distributors. People forget that Diamond wasn't the only distributor of comics before 1995. Two others went out of business.
Well, that's
because the comic book business model.
Well, I'm sorry, Dpalm. That's just facts, and you're just. I mean, we there's a fact-free zone here. As I put on my, Mom, stop yelling at me. I'm talking to my friends online. 7s. Fuck. Fucking asshole. It's white tube socks and shit. Oh god. Like it's just they're such fucking losers, yo. They'll never show their faces. Like this dude does an entire fucking channel and doesn't show his fucking face on any of the cameras. Like it's fucking worse. Anyway, we'll get more into that later on. 'Cause I do have a little rant about comic book numbers and comic books not selling. I think that's just a bullshit stat.
It's a lie.
It's a complete fucking lie. Fuck, you know what? Let's do it now. I'm gonna open now with this. And then we'll get into the emails, and then we'll go into the rest of the stuff, because it wasn't actually on the topics. Here's the thing. So I was doing this the other night, and I was looking through, because you always hear people say, SJWs that killed Marvel, Marvel's losing, blah, 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 and the sales are down and stuff like that. So sales? Let me ask you, Dpalm, when you hear that, when you think sales are down and the comic industry is in ruins and things, what do you think an actual number would be that would put that in your mind?
I'm letting you go. This is not my fight. Don't drag me into your bloodbath.
I'm just saying, what would be an actual number? What would be a good number? It wouldn't. Well, let me ask you a question. Would it be $500 million?
No, I can't say it. I can't say that. Seems like a bad number.
It doesn't seem like a bad number, does it? It doesn't seem like a bad number. Yeah, no. Yeah. The comics, the number, just the retailers, because we don't really count digital comics or anything else. Just the retailers, the diamond retailers. $522 million. Now, and I will be fair, it was down from last year, from the year before then, 2016, which was $580 million. But comics aren't selling, folks. Well, Kriss, those are the numbers now. What were the numbers back in, 2004? Like $300 million? Like what are we talking about here, folks? Like your numbers don't make fucking sense. You're saying that the comic industry is terrible. Let me look. January 2001. Let me see what the number. Let me see what the comic books. I'm just saying, if comic books in 2017 total number of comic book sales were $522 million, then I'm certain that in 2001. Had to be like $700 million, right? It had to be like $700 million. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense to me. $700 million. Let's see what the actual numbers is. I'm feeling good about my $700 million. Fuck. No. That can't be a right number. It says $207 million. Huh. 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 So 2001 at $207 million. 2017, $522 million. Huh. That's weird. Interesting. Huh. But retailers are going out of business. Comic book shops are closing down. I mean, it can't have anything to do with the fact that they have shitty fucking web fronts and they have terrible, web pages and stuff like that, and that they're just terrible shitty people.
It's just the books.
Yeah, diversity doesn't sell. Diversity doesn't sell because, Marvel and DC Comics that are diverse are selling less comic books than they did back in the day. It can't possibly be because there are more publishers and more independent comic books out there that actually cater to more diverse groups, and people are finding more places to spend their money. It can't be fucking that. It can't be that the market is more wide open and there are more places you can go, and so therefore the big three are having to compete. Well, technically the big two are having to compete with more books from everybody else. It can't be that. It can't be that, maybe in 2018 some people just decided that they don't want to buy a bunch of fucking books and hardcover books, and they want to buy, I don't know, 200 comic books that can fit on a fucking disc the size of your fucking fingertip. Can't be fucking that. No. It's can't be the fact that physical books are going down across the board because places like Borders and Barnes and Nobles are going out of fucking business. Those are actually big box, comic books, bookstores, and they're going out of business. Can't be that a niche market like comic books and comic book retailers would have to redefine what they sell and who they sell to in order to stay in business. It can't be any of fucking that, can it? It just gotta be that it's bad writing. Because who can forget the great writing of the 2000s? Yeah. Okay, guys. Sure thing, Bob. Okay. I feel better now.
It's great? We ran a UD pod yesterday where I had Cameron Hawkins from PW Torch on talking about professional wrestling. WrestleMania season's upon us. And we talked about Hulk Hogan. And how people are there's certain voices within WWE talking about bringing him back in a capacity to the company. And you have fans online telling me and Cam, like, you should get over it. It slipped. And we're like, well, let's go to the tape. Here's the transcript. He says it 5 times. And he intimates that he'd be okay with his daughter sleeping with a nigger if he was 8 feet tall and worth $100 million.
Well, see, he's not totally racist then, Dpalm.
Oh, no, but see, the thing is, it all starts with him saying, I guess I am racist.
Well, no, he was that was a joke.
See, now, because I dipped my toe in your little Comicsgate exposure, which I really appreciated. It kept me entertained in Atlanta traffic. I dipped my toes in. And the lack of any sort of logic, it was astounding how dumb these people are.
Well,
not astounding. It makes sense. It was devoid of any self-awareness or like, prove he's racist. I'm like, I can read. Like, prove he's not. Like, what are you talking about?
You have an entire channel talking about SJWs.
Like, what? Prove he's racist. Excuse me? I would like to live in a world where I assume no one's racist. However, I live in this one, and I assume every white person I meet's racist.
Oh, zip.
Sorry. That's crazy.
Oh, that's going to get...
I got 32 years of, if a nigger's 8 foot tall and $100 million. So I'm going to err on the side of me knowing racism when I see it. 32 years in racist undertones, PhD. I've got citations, case studies, the whole nine. I've done the legwork, as they say. And that's just flat out like the fact that, like, prove it's racist, because now they're trying to goad you in a debate about what racism is. Like, I'm not doing that.
And see, that's what people don't understand about me when I do this kind of stuff. It's like, oh, I'm not here to educate these fuckers. I'm here to laugh and mock, because, like you said, it's right. Because you can't. You're not gonna fall into shit. Stop. I just turned my tablet on. Of course, it gives me all the fucking notifications. Like all the notifications for like the last fucking 10 days. It's like, oh yeah, here's a notification from Facebook from like Monday. I'm like, dude, it's fucking Wednesday. Come on.
Yeah.
But no. I mean, like I'm not gonna play that fucking game. And I think, but that's why that's why I frustrate them so much too, because I don't play that game, and I'll just like say no. I'm not gonna play that rule. Or debate me. It's like, motherfucker, you don't
have a point.
You have 3 followers on an account that's been around since 2009. You're a bot/troll account. I'm not stupid. What the fuck? Like, come on. Like, no, I'm not going to debate you.
And this is the times that people are like, oh, Kriss is so mean to those people. Like, no. You've got to realize Kriss is having fun. I'm the mean one.
Try to tell people this.
Like, people, like, the reason I don't get involved is because I'm going to say some shit that I can't take back. I'm going to cross some line. I'm going to offend somebody following me because when I'm pissed off, I go for the jugular. I'm not a good person at my core, so it's easier for me not to get involved. I'm pretty sure you might actually be a decent human being because you can laugh at them, and I would just want to destroy them.
Yeah, I mean, just, I mean, I did make fun of that dude's shoes. I mean, they were really bad. I mean, he's literally got like the pay. Yeah, it was terrible. But no, I mean, it's a ridiculous bullshit, and it always comes back to the same thing. We just don't want politics, and we don't want the politics in our comics. It's too much now, and I'm like, well, that's fucking weird. If you take politics out of comics, like hardcore, like I'm sorry, if you are a true fan of comic books, which I hate pulling that nerd card, but I'm gonna nerd check these motherfuckers because there's no way any of them ever were true fans.
One of them admitted they hadn't read the story he named his fucking channel off of.
Right. I didn't actually read the story until now. I'm like, okay, you just looked at the pretty pictures. Which literally what he did, right? He looked at the picture, saw that it is a team of X-Men that had Storm as the leader. It's during the New Mutants run and stuff like that, the Fall of the New Mutants. And so you have Storm as the team leader after she had beaten Cyclops, and you had a bunch of other, it was like about 50% women. He's like, see, this is back in the time when the comics were good. It's like, but you never read it back then. So how would you fucking know?
You've never read that comic book, sir.
You've never read that fucking comic book. But it's like, oh no, it's like it was never hardcore. We never, nowadays it's too much. It's like, so then why don't you guys complain about The Dark Knight Returns? That's heavy political shit. Because Frank Miller does not hide.
Frank Miller's a fascist.
He does not hide his right-wing fascism, all right? Doesn't hide it at all. Any X-Men comic book ever involves politics. It just does. Cap punched Hitler on the cover of his own goddamn comic. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what comics are you reading that don't involve heavy politics? Like, which ones were they? If you like, Saga just came out with I think issue 50 today, which I can't wait to read. But like, Saga is nothing but politics. Why the Last Man? Politics. What comic books are you reading?
Oh, no. You know what, Kriss? You are cherry picking like artisanal comics. Let's go to the big two. There's no politics in X. Ah, shit on. Okay, there are definitely no fucking politics in Captain. Ah, shit. Okay, Iron, no Secretary of Defense. Thor took over the world. Well, DC, they don't have politics. Superman is fucking Lex Luthor and denounces Americanism. Well, Bruce Wayne, Batman, he testified in front of Congress during No Man's Land.
Well, I mean, it's not like Wonder Woman was a feminist icon or anything.
Fucking ambassador. Shit.
She's not like she's a feminist icon, right? It's not. Oh, we hate the
American flag.
The feminists are taking over and ruining their comic books. The holy fucking trinity of comic books involves Wonder Woman, who's a goddamn feminist icon. What are we talking about here? What are we doing?
Green Lantern is Air Force pilot.
Well, shit, the heart traveling hero shit that literally like, oh, we don't want the SJW stuff. Where that heart traveling heroes series with Green Lantern and Green Arrow literally is them going around dealing with social issues. It has the introduction of John Stewart.
You fight the purple skins. I've seen you help the yellow skins. I've seen you take orders from the blue skins. How can you never help the black skins? Woo!
SJW comic guys, I don't want that politics in my shit. Which is, but wait, when we did the Green Lantern character corner, we brought this up. We brought it up that when they introduced John Stewart, the the complaints you hear from people right now, like Diversity Comics and all these people, the SJWs, you're just doing it to pander to black people. All the things they say now about characters now, they said about Jon Stewart. They said about that issue right there. What are we doing here, folks? You're not new. You're not doing anything that's different. You're not blazing a new fucking trail. You're just doing the old shit that racists and bigots and sexist motherfuckers always do. The same shit. We've seen it. It's the same shit. You're just using a different technology to get your bullshit out there. Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourself. Like, that's it. I'm good. So, yeah. So
let's go to people who deserve our time.
Yes.
The
Emailers. Thank you guys. So first email is actually one that I missed from last week. This is from Uncanny Nerdverse. Hey guys, writing in while I'm in my office and actually listen to January's mailbag. Sorry about missing your one last month. First, I want to say, to giving you guys some praise on the recent Insanity Report. You guys discussed your years of work put into the podcast and how you've evolved over the years. You guys are one of our first podcasts I found the time Gotham first aired, and went back to listen to a lot of your backlog. Ooh, that was back with Shanna. I forgot we did cover Gotham.
Who did Gotham?
It was me and Shanna.
We have Gotham on this network?
We had Gotham at one point on the network.
I quit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you wouldn't do it with me. I was trying to be like, no, Dpalm, it's not good. Like, you got to go back and listen to those podcasts, because it's me starting off going, no, it's not that bad. No, it's okay. It'll be okay. And then as the season goes on, about how we did, I'm just like, okay, Dpalm was right. All right. Oh, fuck. I mean, God damn it.
Oh, there's not a better decision I've ever made than watched Gotham compared to Pike and said, absolutely not.
Look, Gotham with the show where I basically was like I felt so bad and wrong about it that I actually didn't want to recommend Dpalm anything else ever again. And then I was like, well, BVS wasn't that bad, I guess, possibly, maybe. And then yeah, it's still was that cheap at BVS. Right. I had some dark times. There were dark times for
I had completely forgotten that you legitimately asked me to Gotham. I was like, no. Absolutely. You ever see how many things he's taught me into on this network?
Right.
He said Gotham. I said, absolutely not. I won't do it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Oh man. Sorry. Anyway, go back here. Thank you for being around that long. You guys inspire me to want to start a podcast. Hey, where I can geek out about comics with my co-host. Just over a year now, we're still going strong, but I'm a decent fan base who download the episodes every week. That gives a motivation to create more content and drive my wife crazy. So I want to thank you guys for inspiring me to turn on the mic and set things going. It's an addiction for sure. Yo, just keep going. Like I said, like a lot of people turning up there. Here's the thing. I tell people all the time, when it comes to podcasting and starting your podcast and wanting to do this, if you start from a base of, joy, a base of, I really just want to talk with my friends about this one thing, you'll be fine. Because it's not going to be about the numbers at first. It's not going to be about the audience. It's going to be you having fun. Like literally, Dpalm and I do the character corner just so we can talk about comic books. The fact that you guys listen to it is great. I love it.
Except for Hawkman. Someone asked for that.
Ooh, Dpalm asked for that. You did that.
I don't
You did
that.
See, we all have our crosses to bear. Mine is Gotham. Yours is Hawkman. Us doing that.
At least it's out of the way, because it just got more complicated literally today, and we don't have to explain that anymore.
Oh, God. Yeah. But no. Like I said, as long as you're doing it from a place of that, the numbers will come eventually. Like people will hear your passion. People will hear that you enjoy what you're talking about, and they'll come and listen. I mean, the people come. So, second, I want to throw a question out there to you guys. Marvel comes to you guys and build your 6 character. Oh yeah, this is the one. I did remember seeing this when you sent it to me, and I wish we had kept it on that episode. Marvel comes to you and says, build your 6 character team. Provide a 12-issue monthly arc that will lead to the biggest X-Men arc, and it has to take place in space. Who would you take on the event in space? He gives this list. Cable, Domino, Jean Grey, welcome back. Hope Summers, Forge, and I'm going to cheat on this one and say Moon Girl. Thanks for taking my email and keep up the good work. Damn, yeah. Who would you pick on your 6 character team?
Are we gonna go off a draft here, or are we gonna pick our teams?
So no, because the draft thing is the thing we were talking about doing. Like,
Fair enough.
we're working on that. We gotta think about that one. But no,
all right,
like
my 6-person team. Havoc. I'm a Havoc mark.
yeah,
what do you want?
That makes sense.
Iceman. I'm also an Iceman mark. Storm will be leading.
Mm-hmm.
Shadowcat because we need a ninja. Colossus because we need a tank. And a break from Summers in space. I know we all get a little. We've already got Alex in space. I get it. I would take my telepath, Betsy Braddock. That's my squad. I could tell a story from there. You know what? I may switch out Colossus for Polaris.
Because
when you put people like Polaris and Storm off Earth, you're going to see how they control like fundamental. Like there's an issue of Fantastic Four where Storm is fighting Silver Surfer, and she can attract lightning that's generated from nebula clouds. Like it's you can really get cosmic and big and kind of weird with some of these powers.
Mm-hmm.
Iceman in space seems cool because his power, when explained to people, he literally stops molecular motion. He doesn't make things cold. He arrests motion on a molecular level.
Yeah.
You got 6?
I forgot about this one. I didn't have 6. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. So I like Storm in space. I like Storm as a leader. I definitely want Havoc as well, just because. I mean, the whole Emperor Vulcan run. I like.
Yeah, it was very convincing to put Havoc in space.
Havoc in space. You got me at Havoc in space. I know we said X-Men, and I guess he technically counts as an X-Men. I don't want Magneto.
Eric's an X-Man.
Yeah, I think he's an X-Men. I like that.
I wanted Magnetism. I went Lorna because of Havoc.
Yeah, no. Telepath. Like you said, it's like you don't want to get. Well, you know what I'll do with Telepath? I'll go with the young Gene.
Time travel Gene. Nice.
Time travel Gene.
I really enjoyed her book this year, by the way.
I gotta read that. I gotta catch up on that one.
Really good little tight run.
Yeah, I like. Well, so here's the thing. Here's why I like Time Travel Jean. It's like she's reckless but fearless.
She's the Jean we never got.
Right. She's the Jean she's also very confident in her powers, and so I like her. I like that Jean. So, I go with that Jean. Let's see who else would I. So how many was that? I got Storm, Magneto. I said Storm, Magneto, Young Jean, Havoc. Okay, I need 2 more. Let's see who would be another good one. Oh, Vampire Jubilee. I'm fucking with you guys. Fuck no. No.
Oh, also you should read Generation X.
Yes.
We'll talk about pull lists later, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I want to go Nightcrawler. I like Kirk. I typed into my phone. He's gonna pick Nightcrawler. Well, here's the thing. I like Kirk because. So here's the thing. It was either Kirk or it was gonna be Logan because I have Storm.
You're a Claremont guy. You're like me.
Yeah. Well, because I like one of those to play off of Storm because she's really good with both of those. So I like either Kirk or Logan. I'm like, Logan is just obvious, so let me go with Kirk.
Everywhere.
Right. It's just like, I'm like, okay, I can't do it. Although I will say, if I do Kirk and then also have Logan, because then I get Logan and Magneto in space, which, reminiscing.
Logan, why are you staring at me? No reason, bud.
Right? Actually, you know what? No, I got it. Old man Logan.
Ooh.
There we go. There we go. That's it. That's my team.
And I think that's probably us doing this like we're having fun, obviously.
Right.
But I think that illustrates one of the best things about X-Men that they haven't picked up on in the movies. It's about the relationships.
Absolutely.
The stories are going to be what they are. But it's about the interplay of the characters. It's about how those pairings and how those combinations work. And you put them in a confined space like space. But it's yeah. I'd read your run. I'd read those 12 issues.
Yeah, well, because again, I think the way we picked him, like I said, I just did this off the top of my head. I completely forgot he asked this. I knew about the email. Completely forgot he asked this question, so I wasn't prepared for it. Like everything else, I'm like kind of prepared for. This one, I just wasn't. But like you said, it's when you get the X-Men, it's always about the pairing. So to me, like, okay, it being in space, that's okay to me. I mean, that can, like you said, when it comes to things like, you know, Iceman's powers and Storm's powers, that's a cool thing. But to me, and I think to both of us, is it's who you pair up and what you pair them up with. So like when you said you're going to bring Kitty, I was like, well, he's got to bring Colossus.
And I started to. I put him back because
Yeah.
they've been doing a lot. Like I actually, you know, I finished reading that Guardians run with Kitty in space with Peter Quill.
Yeah.
And it was just. It's always nice to see Kitty standing alone.
Yeah, and I was like, but
on X-Men Gold right now too. It's a pretty good book. So.
No, X-Men Gold is really great. So like with me, it's like, okay, you bring in a Logan for you to go with Magneto because again they have history and they have history in space. That'll lead to some interesting moments. Again, Storm and Kirk and Logan always work out really well because I mean not just romantically, you know, with her and Logan, but also just friendship wise. Like it's a good one. And let's get the you know what? I'm gonna switch up a little bit. My Kirk. It's gonna be the Age of Apocalypse Kirk.
I knew it.
There you go. Yeah, because you know that's also my favorite. That's my favorite Nightcrawler anyway.
Oh, he dies.
I know he dies. I know. That's why I said you got to. That's why I'm saying you got to use him and not the you know the one that's. I think the one existing now isn't that one. It's the original.
No,
one.
it's not. No,
yeah.
it's
So,
not.
so, but I want to bring that one in because again, it's another like interesting little wrinkle into that. So, yeah, I guess like you said, it's the matchup. You can mix and match X-Men up so well, and it's just fun to do. It's literally a choose your own adventure when it comes to X-Men. So, here we go. Next one, we have Bill says, this weekend, I know it's a little bit late. This was the beginning of March. This weekend, Black Panther just hit $900 million globally, and it hasn't even opened in China yet. Going into the third week in U.S., has been #1 movie in the country every day since it's open. Why do I bring this up? To dunk on Justice League yet again, of course. Black Panther is in its third weekend. Just did 66 million domestic. That's more than Justice League managed in its second 41 million and third 17 million weeks combined. It was almost more than because it did under 100 its opening weekend. So it's yeah. Is anyone paying attention over at WB? No, they're not. P.S. Thanks for the continued podcast greatness. Yeah, it passed Avengers this week, I believe, to be the highest grossing, highest domestic film, superhero film in this country. So, and I think it's 12 on the list right now, or 9. It's somewhere. It's up there. It's
climbing.
It's climbing. So it's like, whew, yeah. Diversity sells, guys. What can I say? You know. Hey, look at that. SJW shit. Let's see. Amani. Hey, Chris and Franklin Richards. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I reveal your secret identity? You didn't think everything you guys talk about coming true was a giveaway that one of you had reality warping powers. First Marvel Star.
I don't like this because either he's Leech or he's Val. Anyway, let's go.
First, Marvel just starts going down the dumbass SJW writers list and give them premier titles. Then
there
DC.
you go, look.
That's right. We haven't talked about we haven't had a mailbag since we talked.
I called that shit.
Oh my god, we really haven't had a mailbag since Nick Spencer got fucking Amazing Spider-Man and Jason Aaron who.
Oh no, yeah. Oh, we've talked about it. I don't think we've had a mailbag, but we definitely have talked about it because I was geeking out because I get Ryan Otley drawing Spider-Man every month.
Yeah. Then DC answered with Scott Snyder on Justice League. Well, I guess I'm buying Justice League now. When I saw that, I was like, you fuckers.
Did you see he was on art too?
Who's on art?
Oh, hold on. Let me pull it up. I don't want to lie to you. Scott Snyder Justice.
Yeah. I saw that and I was like, fuck, okay. I mean, you got me. I mean, Scott Snyder, Justice League. All right, I'm adding my pull list. All right. I'm actually going to take Doomsday Clock off and wait until that shit just finishes, and then I'll get Justice League, because every other month now?
It's Jim Chung. I don't know if you remember Jim Chung. He drew the that first arc of Young Avengers.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Beautiful art.
Ooh.
Hold on, well, we're gonna keep talking, but I'm gonna drop some of the preview pages in the chat.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. All right. I swear they just listened to the podcast and taking notes. Best believe I'm cooking all of it though. Are there any writer title pairings you'd love to see that one day? For me, is Jason Aaron on a Green Lantern book. Ooh. Wow. I didn't even think about that, but he's done such a great job with Thor. I could see him on a Green Arrow. But here's the thing. What Green Lantern? Like,
I would give him like I give him that Ion Run Kyle, like Space Messiah Kyle.
Yeah. That would. Yeah. I think that would.
Hey, do me a huge favor. Click on that link really quickly so you can see what you're going to be buying every month.
Yeah, I just did. And fuck.
Oh, yeah, you'll be buying that every month.
Yeah, well, that's going into the fullest. Okay, all right.
Well, that's the other thing is that it's coming. They're actually going to launch 4 Justice League titles.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Maybe Garth Ennis on Nope came too close to talking about the boys in public. Good man. Keep that shit to yourself. Speaking of wishful thinking, I almost asked about Ava on New God News, but why waste time on something that we have no reason to believe will ever exist? Especially with that Infinity War trailer still smoking. I know it's been discussed, but the emphasis Marvel is putting on Fantastic in these Avengers tweet, and that they haven't, and they still haven't titled the 4th movie. Man, listen, when the first family comes home, you ain't gonna be able to tell me shit. Maybe even get Chris to finally read Hickman's run. P.S. Can we set an over/under on how many shows Dpalm talks himself into during this episode at 2.5? The way Chris just looks, just Loki's him into it every time is impressive as it is evil. I'm banging the over. Listen,
wait, have you never read Hickman's FF run?
I've read parts of it. I haven't read the whole thing because we were saving it for we were saving it for a thing. I've read parts, not the whole thing. I know. We've talked about this because we were saving it for a comic book club.
I reread it last week for fun.
Hey, listen, man. I got a network to run, man. I'm trying here, man.
Yeah, you know what? I am just the talent. Let's keep it going.
I'm trying here, man. I'm trying here.
The talent's here to work, Chris. Let's go to the next email.
Yeah, I think people are reading too much into those Fantastics in the Avengers tweets, but listen.
I don't. Let's party.
Look, I'm saying it because I don't.
Something. One time for me, people. One time. Believe in something.
I can't. It is too close to home. I'm sorry. It's too close to home. Here we go. This is from Steven. Okay, guys, look, I'm going to say it now. Netflix Marvel is disappointing me. Aside from the 2 Daredevil seasons, the first Jessica Jones, everything else has been overwhelming to a point that it's almost a chore to finish the seasons. Currently in episode 6 of Jessica Jones and struggling to get through. I know you guys are in the same boat as a lack of tweets and no review for the show yet shows that.
Time out.
Yeah. I'm just to pause right there before the rest of the email. Yeah, no, the only reason why I haven't tweeted it and reviewed it yet is I got so much other shit going on. Like,
I have watched it. I just didn't tweet about it. There are things I watch, don't talk about, because there's things I just want to enjoy for myself. And I don't know if we're going to be doing, like, how we're going to review this. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to give any way of my content on the tweets on that either. Like, that's legitimately why I haven't tweeted about Jessica Jones season 2. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, let me fit the rest of the season, and we'll come back to this. Where did they go wrong? Why have all the shows after the first couple completely dropped off? Defenders, Luke Cage, Punisher, which I still maintain no one really wanted, and Jessica Jones. Let's not forget the shows where the best part of the show had nothing to do with the main characters. Iron Fist. Either talk me back onto the ship or tell me where it went wrong. Thanks, guys. So here's the thing. First, I'll just say this. Listen, if you're off the ship after that, I would just say you're off the ship. Like,
this is just not your ship.
Yeah, it's just not your ship, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's fine. Now, me personally, like, I loved all their shows. Like, I understand some of the shows have problems. I know people have the problems with Luke Cage. I still maintain that I still enjoyed that. I get the problems, but I enjoyed it very much. Iron Fist, I think, is the worst one to me, and it's because I did not they rushed it. Like, because I liked the actor when he did Defenders because he was playing off of Michael Coulter, and I like, it's fine. Like, to me, Iron Fist was rushed, even though everything outside of Danny Rand was good to me in that show. Like, I think we even talked about that when we reviewed it. The pacing was better. The things they did with the Meachums was really good. Like, I like everything else but Danny Rand in that series. The Punisher, here's the thing. Yeah, I can be honestly. I never tweeted out about this. I wasn't on the review for the Punisher that Dpalm, Shanna. Did the doctor join you? I can't remember if she did.
Yeah,
I think she did.
Thirst cast.
Yeah, it was a thirst cast. Yeah, you got dragged into a thirst cast.
All of a sudden, it's too late. I'm like, what the hell?
It was too late, and you were like, "Yo, you're gonna be rude." I'm like, "Oh no, dude, I haven't watched. I'm out," and I abandoned you. So here's the thing. I didn't watch. I started watching it a couple weeks ago. I think I just started episode 4. I like it, and I should say this on air. I think I was wrong. I did not
better than it has any right to be. Right?
I did not see how they could do it, and look, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. They did it. Like our problem with the Punisher was, and the reason why we said we didn't want it was that Frank Castle's a crazy person, and I don't know how you make 13 episodes out of that. But what they're doing with this is they're making it so that he's dealing with PTSD. He's dealing not just with, going out there and killing people, but like what he did as a soldier. It's like, it's real. Like I feel connected, and they made Frank Castle matter to me beyond just being some dude who goes out there and is a vigilante killer. And again, I'm early in. I'm only 3 episodes in, but like I've been enjoying what I've been watching. I just been taking my time watching it, and that's what's happening with that. So
and I was on the aforementioned Thirst Cast where I admitted how I didn't think it started to happen. I was wrong as shit because for me, I enjoyed the pacing of it. I enjoyed the structure, and the story was pretty fucking gripping. My only drawback was it's heavy as shit. Oh, like you can't binge that. And Shannon's like, I did. I'm like, you need a hug.
Well, this is why I've been doing like 1 episode at a time. Like I'm clean. I'm packing stuff in the house. I'm sitting there and I'm watching with the dog, going, okay, that was an episode. All right. Like no bullshit, no bullshit. I finished like episode 3, and I was like, man, that was a tough 5 episodes. And it was like, wait, that was only 3 episodes. Oh, I gotta take a break.
Let me step outside.
Let me go see some sunshine. Let me go watch some Cartoon Network with like the.
And I'll say this about the shows he's talking about. The only one I've never watched again all the way through is Luke Cage. The back half of Luke Cage is I can't. I was like, nah, I'm good. I actually enjoyed Iron Fist more on the second watch because I fell down a rabbit hole of reading a bunch of Iron Fist, and it made me appreciate what they did. I don't think they communicated as well as they could have, but a big thing about the character is how much he fails, and I think they could have highlighted that better in the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
but I think also people hear Iron Fist and they think it's one thing, and I think the character in of himself is different than people were expecting, and then they didn't even translate that difference well on the screen.
Well, and it goes back to, there was just a lot of, and I'll say this, I think one of the things that will help, so I can't talk you back in if you're really all the way out.
Right, yeah.
But I will say this, and I think this is something that's very, very important. I don't believe in superhero fatigue, but I do believe in sometimes there just being too much content overall for you to do.
I haven't seen Black Lightning.
Yeah, I still haven't watched Black Lightning yet. It's too. I have too much stuff going on. Remember, even right now, I've done the Gifted. We added the Gifted and Star Trek Discovery into all this stuff. Like, I think what can happen is try. So this is what I'm going to say for you. Let's say when Luke Cage, the second season of Luke Cage comes out, don't watch it right away. Don't read reviews. Don't read other people's opinions on it. Just ignore all the news about it. Just leave it there. Wait a couple months. Come back and watch it for yourself. I think one of the problems that's happened with the Netflix model, it's the only real issue that I see with Netflix that nobody really talks about, is because the content is there, people feel like they have to consume it all the time. And so it pops up on your feed. You have to watch it right now. You have to finish it in a weekend. You have to binge it all. I honestly think that I get the whole pacing issues that people have with some of the seasons, but I also think that as somebody who watches and reviews episodes that are seasons that are 22 episodes long, I think someone goes for say is don't try to binge 13 episodes at a time.
Yeah, I think
it's a different thing. It's like do 1 or 2 episodes here and there, take a break, come back to it next weekend. Try doing that. I think we joked about this with Star Trek Discovery, how they were releasing it 1 episode at a time on the streaming service, but I also think it kind of helped. You know, I got a week in between episodes. I could properly digest an episode. When you binge something, what happens is you watch an episode and you're already on to the next one before you can digest the one you just watched. And I think that's a different way of consuming media. And I think that you can overload yourself. And then if you start adding in that you're binging the shows and then you're also consuming the content that other people are producing about that, who are basically either recapping the episodes or they're talking about the episodes or they're discussing the episodes. Like, it's like people are putting up discussion threads about these episodes like the day it was up. It's like, maybe take some time. Take or watch an episode, consume it, think about it. Don't try to go right into the next one because it's a lot, man. There's a lot. Remember, these are an hour-long shows. They're not like when we do our weekly shows now where you got commercials, so they're really like 40 minutes long. These are like hour-long episodes. So I would say that. I would say try that for the next one. Try not binging it and see how you feel then. And then also remember, there's enough content out here. You don't have to watch it.
And I think that's something else too, that you don't have to absorb it all. I think the first time I noticed the kind of weird reality around it was Jessica Jones season 2, because I didn't watch the opening weekend. I had stuff going on, and I kind of paced out the watching. I was, what did you take on? I'm like, well, I don't have a take. I'm watching the show. Like, I'm sorry it took me a week, but like it was a little strange. It was the first time it kind of got weird for me, but it's absorb the stuff at your own pace. Don't feel pressured by everyone else talking about some shit. Like, let them have their moments, but if it doesn't click for you, I'm not going to talk someone into watching something they don't want to watch.
Yeah, like I said, if look, man, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. If it's a struggle, don't do it. Like, especially if you don't have to. Like, we struggled through Inhumans because, I mean, fuck it, it was short and we were already recording other shows anyway, so fuck it. But if I would just do it, if I had no connection and wasn't talking about it week to week, oh, dude, I would not have watched it. I would not have watched Inhumans. It just wouldn't happen. I love myself too much. Like, people do this, and I think there's another thing too. And I swear we're gonna move on to the last email here. But like, I feel like there feels like it's like peer pressure. You feel the need that you have to watch something because everybody else is doing it, and I'm here. You don't have to. Like, when I gave up on The Walking Dead, it was. I was like, you know what? I'm no longer enjoying this. This is getting stupid for me. I don't blame people who still watch and enjoy it. I'm out. And I swear to God, for the first like 2 months, people thought I was lying when I said I wasn't watching Walking Dead anymore. It's like, oh no, you're watching. I'm like, no, guys, I literally haven't watched. Like, I think I had somebody come up the other. Oh, you know what it was? I think it was Ashanti. She was like, oh, yeah, I know you're still watching. I'm like, no, I'm not. I haven't watched in 2 years. Wait, you really stopped watching? I'm like, yes, and I've been happy. It's okay. Just, it's okay to not be. I think when we're all connected, we feel like we always have to have not only just an opinion on something, but we have to watch it to be in on the know. And hey, as somebody who was pressured into watching Fringe and never watched an episode, I can say that sometimes you got to forge your own path. Wait, no comment?
No comment.
All right, last email is a little bit longer one. From Gregory, the subject matter. I know this is not the X-Men podcast, but I got to bring up X-Men. There was no one in the writer room to tell these I got to bring up X-Men 3 again. There's no one in the writer's room to tell these assholes Juggernaut is magical, so Leech would be useless against him. I'm the Juggernaut bitch is not beloved by the fans. It's a joke that is appreciated, but should not have been in the movie if you wanted to be taken seriously, and they didn't. The writing in X-Men 3 isn't good enough to integrate a wink at the audience like that. Dpalm, don't be upset with me, but I will pay extra to hear you on the X-Men 3 nostalgia review. I don't even think did we say we were going to do that? I don't. Not even you. Just in general. I don't know if I
said you were going to do it. I said I wouldn't.
Oh, we did say that. Oh shit, we did. Oh fuck. I guess we gotta.
Hey, and honestly, if you're willing to pay extra, I'm not for sale, but I am taking payments. So let's have a conversation.
Get your Cash Me link out. Hey. I won't say the exact amount, but I'm willing to pay extra for an April premium because you seem passionate about the X-Men as me, and no one understands why I hate X3 so much. Hey, so look, hey, Dpalm, maybe we would get we might make a second tier for premium to get Dpalm to review X3 with me.
Bribery for me to review things I refuse to.
I mean, they could have easily
I'm not
written.
for sale, but I am taking payments. This is another. I need a new line of income anyway. Let's do this.
I am for sale. I mean, they could have easily written Warren as a former X-Men, like they did Hank. Email me about that. The X-Men movies make unnecessary changes that make no sense. Someone told me, well, the Marvel Studio movies make changes. My rebuttal is the changes don't affect the characters drastically, and they always seem to make sense, like Tony's guilt, hubris, and paranoia, leading to his and Banner's creation of Ultron instead of it being Hank Pym. The X-Men movies don't do that. Shit just happens with no rhyme or reason. You mean kind of like, a bunch of X-Men or a bunch of characters just dying in between movies, in between First Class and Days of Future Past? Oh, yeah, Or Darwin dying because he literally couldn't do his power, which is to evolve to anything, meaning he can't really die. Anyway, X2 made a promise that was not fulfilled. I was willing to overlook the changes they made to certain characters and roles because of the time period X2 was good enough. I was willing to overlook some of the bullshit in Days of Future Past because I thought they learned their lessons. Then Apocalypse happened. Fuck. See, you gotta stop believing. That's all you gotta do. Stop believing. Abandon all hope. I'm currently reading Future Foundation. It's the greatest shit ever. I can't put it down. I also read Fantastic Four that was running concurrently with it. Books of Doom is a fun read, and I hope whatever dumb shit Fox is playing never happens. And it looks like Disney might be in control, or maybe I'm crazy. New Mutants got pushed back another 6 months, and Phoenix got pushed back to November, from November to December. Actually, no, we got pushed back way more than that. We'll talk about this. Take what you want from that. I think we were fucked. I knew they were fucked when I saw that they weren't doing the Shi'ar Empire and they were forcing Skrulls on some bullshit. I think they still are trying to do the Shi'ar Empire, though. Captain Marvel comes in March. They are fucked. I bet you Daredevil Season 3 will affect their box office. I'm not saying it's absolute, but Marvel Entertainment is fucking up shit for everyone. Black Panther is a $1 billion franchise, and that's okay, but it shouldn't be controversial for Avengers Infinity War to do better at the box office because Avengers is designed to do better. Don't these hot take motherfuckers know that it's part of the design to do better, besides the rumors that Avengers 3 and 4 together had a budget of upwards of $1 billion? Yeah, you know what it is? I think, I just think people... Black Panther means so much to the culture. I think a lot of people just... a little hidden themselves. I was seeing people say, I don't know if Infinity Wars is going to do Black Panther numbers, and I was just like, oh, you poor, beautiful souls. That's cute. That's nice. That's nice. It's 10 years of the MCU coming together with all the characters and Wakanda's in it. Okay. I won't take that bet. I won't. Agent Shield says cheating, y'all. No, why is nobody watching it? The genius of the show, they keep us thinking that about the bunker with the clues they dropped in the dialogue the first few episodes. It would have had to be built over 90 years prior to then. Fitz sleeping for 74 years to get them as crazy. To get to them was crazy as fuck. Does that mean that there's a Fitz possibly floating in space when they get back? Yes, he's definitely floating in space.
It's actually, I've renamed him the Fitzicle because he's definitely frozen.
Yes, Fitz. That actually is.
If we use that terminology going forward, I'd really.
So we now have 3 Fitz. We have the regular Fitz, we have the Fitzicle, and then we have Leopold. Now Leopold and the regular Fitz are in the same body, but it's whatever. I don't know. So back to the clues that the bunker was built maybe 90 years prior to the future. Well, the bunkers that they're in the bunker now. They're in the lighthouse. So, like, I think you're behind a little bit on the episodes. So, or maybe it was sent. You might be. Yeah, you might be. It's not behind, but I think you might just be behind. But the bunker is so advanced, you already you'll feel like it's already 80s. Confirmed my theory. I loved it. The writers stay fulfilling expectations and go beyond that. I can't wait until Coach's Cap and Spencer's Spider-Man. I'm here for it. Thanks, guys. You feel a void because I have no friends to talk about these things with. Don't misunderstand. I have friends, but not with this stuff. It's okay, Greg. Yeah, the bunker they're in. It's not. It's a lighthouse. Yeah. So it's a little lighthouse. So it was already kind of built. So, yeah, I think that's all the emails. But this last email kind of does lead into our topics for today. And the first one kind of deals with the first thing. New Mutants and Dark Phoenix are delayed.
I'm sorry. Fuck Fox.
I woke up yesterday to like the greatest news ever, and that's this. So Dark Phoenix is getting pushed back from November of this year, 2018, to February 14th of 2019.
That's a long time.
That is because the movie is supposed to come out in November this year. Should be done, right? What are we doing? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. New Mutants, which I like to remind people that New Mutants is supposed to come out next month. It's March 2018.
Everyone stop. We're recording this on March 28th, the year of our Lord, 2018. The movie was supposed to come out, New Mutants, a year ago. New Mutants is coming out a month from today. Go ahead, Chris.
So it got delayed to February 2019.
Just one delay, right? Just one delay to win?
Yeah, it got delayed to February 2019.
February 2019, we've proven February is a good landing spot for movies. With
wait, Dpalm, breaking news.
Okay.
It's gotten delayed again to August 2nd, 2019.
Oh, wait a goddamn minute. So, your mutant horror movie, which was going to come out in April for some good goddamn reason, gets pushed to February, which, I don't know, whatever, decisions.
Because it's not like you want to push your horror film into, I don't know, October when, like, Halloween comes.
If you're going to push to August, just push to October. What's so crowded on Fox's schedule? And we'll get to the whys and the wherefores of the moving. What's so important on Fox's schedule as they prepare to be bought the fuck out that they can't move New Mutants to October? I think the next 2 months would do them some good. Clearly, they need the fucking time.
Well, you know what the rumor is, right? The rumor is apparently...
Oh, it's not a rumor. I've heard it from at least 4 sources.
50% of the movie is being reshot.
Nigga, look. They're adding 2 characters.
Well, so here...
Cameos. Full-blown, we probably just throw out the first entire reel characters. So now, either you're going to, like, presumptively double the amount of money you've already sunk into this ridiculous boondoggle of a horror-themed X-Men movie, you fucking idiots. Or you announce you don't film, you don't pay anyone, and you wait. You're buying time to the buyout. Those are the only 2 options for that movie.
Like, so the first news I'm going to bring up, I think, so much shit has happened with this New Mutant shit. I think before this news dropped this week in our last mailbag, I was going to talk, maybe it wasn't the last mailbag. We were talking about how they had mentioned they were adding a new character. Oh, that's why it got delayed. We're adding a character. That's nothing to see here, folks. Also, we wanted to kind of be a little more scarier. Okay.
Not a good first take at a horror movie. We want it to be scarier. Not great.
50% of the reason. I love this. I love IO9 trying to be. There are apparently very sensible reasons for pushing Dark Phoenix and the New Mutants release date.
Did you read the article?
No.
It's fun too.
It's tongue in cheek.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, the break trying to say with Dark Phoenix is they want to do they had to do reshoots.
Well, that's the weird thing is that people are defending the Dark Phoenix one.
Well, because they're trying to say it's like it's a.
Are you one of these idiots?
Oh hell no.
Okay, good.
Because it doesn't make any sense. They're like, so it's they doing reshoots, and because Fassbender, Sophie Turner, and Jennifer Lawrence are in it, and they're in high demand, which I'm not sure what other movies between now and then they're in, those 3 people. Other than maybe Sophie Turner because of Game of Thrones. But you should have known that when you... Because here's what people forget about...
None of these schedules are fucking like... This isn't a pop quiz of a schedule.
Well, and that's the thing I need to make sure. Because I think what happens is when we talk about movies, the talk about like reshoots is always kind of confusing to people. Reshoots are planned into the schedule. They are baked in. So it's not a surprise if films are doing some reshoots because sometimes you want to reshoot something like this, or you want to get something. You're going through the editing process. You're like, we want to reshoot that, or we want to add some more of this in here. We want to add more content. We want to make the film better. Those are baked into the schedule. The problem
they're not a surprise.
The problem with reshoots is when you do something like, I don't know, Justice League, where you're reshooting all the scenes and they're not baked in to the schedule, and your lead character that's doing the reshoots has grown up, I don't know, a mustache that now needs to be digitally removed. And so the other thing that got me about this when they were saying they were doing this is they had the reshoots, but like it would have put extra pressure on them to do the effects. And I'm sorry, but the effects from Fox when it comes to their X movies have never been great to begin with. So, yeah, no. Dark Phoenix is also trash, guys. Dark Phoenix.
It's Garbaggio. But my thing is, if the reshoots are going to take longer than the scheduled reshoots, why don't you have first right of refusal to schedule built into those contracts? Game of Thrones is cool. It is very big. This is a major motion picture from a major studio. We'll fly her out, but guess what? She's coming to do the job.
Yeah.
We'll pay for the jet, but she's gonna shoot. But she'll be tired on set. Great. It's a medieval time anyway, or some sort of shit with dragons. I don't watch the show, and so it'll be normal. Like, I'm sorry. Like, oh no.
Yeah, it doesn't. None of. Again, this is where
I like to apologize. I was wrong about the IR9 article. This motherfucker tries to defend this shit.
Okay, I'm reading the thing going, I don't know, man.
No. I was thinking of a different article. I apologize.
I'm reading the shit going.
I was like, this doesn't seem like the thing I was talking
about. I'm like, where's the punchline?
I was like, let me check this before I start defending.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, but no. Like, here's the thing. This is again Fox getting the biggest pass of all time. Because if this has been any other movie, like people were losing their shit about. We haven't talked about it. People were losing their shit about the supposed Deadpool reshoots, and we're saying that how, oh my goodness, it's testing bad and all this other shit. And that's still Fox, but like the X-Men films somehow get a pass when they're moving entire release dates, and New Mutants has now moved twice.
And let's also say, I want to say this right now, because everyone bags on Marvel, because that's the thing you do. You shoot at the king. That's fine. Marvel just launched Jean Grey's led X-Men Red. She's never, ever, present Jean Grey. I know Pat Jean Grey led that blue team, which, wow, beautiful run. Present Jean Grey's never led an X team. They gave her an X team, X-Men Red. It's actually pretty fucking prescient with the times. Like, she goes to the UN to explain how mutants can help save the world, and they frame her for a terrorist attack. They just relaunched New Mutants for a miniseries that is a horror series. And Fox did this shit.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I read. Oh, we'll save it for pull list, but I read X-Men Red, and fuck. Okay.
You like it?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Yeah. So in the middle of all the news, it can't possibly get any worse for Fox, can it?
Long again.
Captain Marvel has started production, and they decided to drop a whole bunch of news about who's in the film. Lee Pace's Ronan coming back. Obviously, we have the not Skrull, Nick Fury. Phil Coulson is going to make an appearance. Clark Gregg is going to be in this film. Like, they're bringing a lot of people back into this, and
Ronan the Accuser.
Ronan is going to be in there. They to announce that they were starting production on Captain Marvel. They had Brie Larson with one of the female pilots from, I think, the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, fuck, they're going to do Green Lantern better than DC did Green Lantern.
Chris, they're going to have no more tie-ins besides, I think it was energy bars like Wonder Woman. Yo, you people who are impressed with Wonder Woman's, like, the film and the marketing, Marvel, the sound you hear is Kevin Feige cracking his knuckles.
Dude,
he's so excited to blow away these expectations. Like, if anything, Warner Bros. Biggest mistake was Wonder Woman. because we're in a safe space. It probably got more praise than it deserved for what happened on the screen, not for what it incited around the world, not for the spirit it brought to itself, not for that. But I'm talking about for the actual product, because third act, come on, let's be honest.
You didn't think that Ares made a good? Oh, can we stop? I can't even say it. I can't even troll. I can't even troll.
One scene at night in Captain Marvel. They may flex the entire movie on how good their effects are.
I can't wait.
You will believe. Here's the tagline that hasn't dropped yet. You will believe a woman can fly. It evokes Superman. It's a direct shot at DC. That one's free, Feige. Hire me, seriously. At Dpalm66 on Twitter. I can do this job.
Yo, I'm really excited for Captain Marvel next year. Like it's gonna be. You're gonna see.
It's either gonna be you believe a woman can fly, or it's gonna be up and away. Either way, it's a shot at Superman.
Oh man, I can't fucking wait. Yeah. So that started, and like I said, also I saw an article today that apparently Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is on the bubble. Like, we're all like, oh, it might be the last season, but apparently it might get renewed. And I can go either way, but I'm just like, keep the party going. Let's go.
Oh, that means it's coming back.
Right. Like, so they hear on the bubble, I'm like, wait a minute. We all thought
like,
it was.
You and I have talked about this. Like, Marvel truly treats this like pro wrestling. If you see it or hear about it, you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing leaks at Marvel. Nothing. What's his face? Don Cheadle. He doesn't know what happens in Infinity War because he only shot his scenes, and they don't give you a full script.
Mm-hmm.
They say certain actors get a full script because they need to know how they're playing off of other emotions, but most of them, here are your sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
And the cool thing, like, I'm really, really excited. I can't. Whew, can't wait for that. So yeah, so it's just like not some good news when you're talking about your Delaney New Mutants and Dark Phoenix, and then Marvel comes out of the way with Captain Marvel coming back. So yeah, so we have that. So I was thinking about this because, like, again, the news about maybe Captain Marvel, about Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of caught me off guard. 'Cause I had in the news, I was like, I'm talking about, I think Disney should maybe launch Secret Warriors on the streaming service. Like, let's say they don't renew Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm assuming that the way they end this season, you end it in a way where you can literally go into Secret Warriors, and you can put that on your streaming service, and it gives so much freedom to do whatever they want. So I kind of like that idea.
I do too, but I do kind of like Marvel having a presence on ABC.
Oh, no. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, they keep ABC, keep it there. Because I was having this conversation on Twitter. It's like, I think that I think a lot of people sell Disney short. Like, I know the idea that people are thinking that Disney's going to put their adult stuff on Hulu and keep the streaming service kid friendly. Like, I don't buy that. What I've seen from them is them saying that they're bringing Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar stuff to their streaming service. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's all going to be kid friendly. You know, right. So you can do more adult things, and there's definitely a gray area too when it comes to things that are kid friendly these days. I mean, remember, Eric Killmonger kills a lot of people, and he also died in the movie is him being stabbed in the chest by T'Challa, and that was a PG-13 movie. So,
yeah, I think that's also something that I think is a little like, and without sounding like the oldest man alive, like the violence we find acceptable in PG-13 movies. I have to ask a lot of questions in 2018. I was like,
well, no. I think so. I mean, let's do that. Like, it's not a. I actually want to have a conversation.
I'm not talking about the graphic nature of it. I'm just talking about just the sheer volume.
Well, no. I think you're absolutely right. Like, I think that this is something I want to talk to Phenom about. We're gonna try to do this on the movie trailer reviews podcast, talking about, like, because when I was talking about A Wrinkle in Time, and when I did my review, I told people, I was like, listen, as an adult, you're probably gonna feel meh on this film, but I think a lot of kids are going to love this film because it's made for kids. people are like, oh no, you're just giving it a pass. I'm like, no, I'm serious. It's made for kids. Like the things that there's a reason why there's a reason why nostalgia works for us, right? There's a reason why films we thought were great, or even like cartoons we thought were great, then you go back and watch them as an adult and you're like, fuck, that's terrible. Why did I even like this? Well, you were a kid. Your kid brain didn't care about structure, plots, and things like that. So G and PG movies, for the most part, haven't moved. Like what their lines are. Like, have you watched A Wrinkle in Time?
I haven't yet. No, I think I'm going this weekend.
All right, so I'm not going to spoil anything, but in A Wrinkle in Time, there's two kids, and you get this feeling that if they had been a PG-13 movie, they were obviously romantic and they would have kissed. They don't in this movie, and it's because, well, it's PG. So it leads to some scenes that feel awkward as an adult watching them, because you're like, well, why don't you just kiss? Like, but you're like, it's PG, so they can't really do that. But the line for PG-13, though, is a gulf. Like, it is so wide now that the things you can get away with and the things you can do in a PG-13 film, you could not do this years ago. And so I don't think it's sounding old. I think it's just being open and honest. And hell, you know what? When it comes to animated, they get away with murder. If you make something animated, it can be PG-13. Like, if I remember correctly, was it The Dark Knight Returns? That was PG-13, wasn't it?
Yes.
Bruh, at one point, Batman throws batarangs into fucking Joker's eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
It's PG-13. I want to say the Red Hood, PG-13. Joker slits the throats of a bunch of in the great scene with Black Mask. Like, I need some more guys because these guys are dead. Like, PG-13. Like, when it's animated, you can get away with so much shit. The jokes that they get away with. If you were to take the Teen Titans Go show and make it live action, R-rated. R-rated. Their sexual jokes that they make on that show all the time, R-rated. But it's animated, so people get away with it. It's a very interesting thing about... I think that the rating system in this country is... Not just the rating that they use is completely fucking broken. It doesn't make any fucking sense at all. It's very, very weird. So, all right. Anyway, so the last thing we have here, before we get into our pull list and what we've been reading this last month, I have this topic of the day to see if you want to get into this. We've been talking about this. We've done this. We've talked about casting, a fan casting an X-Men movie, and I want to get more into doing that and writing some stuff about this. But I was like thinking about casting a Justice League film.
Okay.
Like who will we pick for certain characters?
Let's do this. This will be fun.
Yeah. So
I want to throw out just as an opening salvo, just have to start a conversation. John Hamm's Batman, right?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, you can do John Hamm. Mm-hmm. That can work. So
also, this is also going to be good. So, who's in our league?
So okay. So let me go with what I have for my league.
Okay.
Right? So here's what I got for my league. All right, you got to get the three. You got to get Clark, Bruce, and Diana, just because if you're doing a Justice League movie, you got to start with them. Let's again. We're starting clean slate. All right, so this is not completely clean slate. The DCU never happened. Clean slate. So Clark, Bruce, Diana. Right. I get my Flash, obviously Wally. Because for my movie, I'm doing a movie where you're bringing Wally and you're bringing two Teen Titans up. So you're bringing Wally and bringing Victor up.
Okay.
To the league.
Oh, nice.
Right. And then I'm bringing in Johns, Vixen, Dinah, and Zatanna.
Okay.
So there we go. That's my league. Not all of them like in together, but I got a whole story for that. But like, yeah, that's my league.
I got to hear the casting now. Now I'm super curious.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the casting later. So who you got for your this league?
All right, so my league, the big three. Sorry, I got to go Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Going with Wally. My GL is Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
My Hawkman is Black.
Mm.
Green Jean Johns, of course. I'm Zatanna. And rounding out, see, this is where I had trouble because my 8th is weird because part of me wants to do Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
But Aquaman's boring as shit. And I already have Hawkman. Hawkman's my tank. I've already got a tank. And Aquaman's boring as shit. So that's mean. I guess I gotta say, for my last member of my league, and this sucks. I'm gonna go Starfire. Let's call up a Titan.
Okay. So, going back to what I was saying. So the reason why I didn't put a Green Lantern and I didn't put Aquaman on it, not even because he was boring, I'm basically doing a Shattered League thing.
Okay.
Where my movie takes place right after Barry dies. Barry dies to save the multiverse, disappears. Wally, becomes the new Flash and moves up from the Titans. So and that also split the team. Aquaman goes off dealing with being a king, leaves. Green Lanterns go off to deal with some intergalactic threat, leaving Clark, Bruce, and Diana to kind of pull the league, what's left of the league, back together.
All right.
So, and we deal with the other, they bring in Victor and Wally to fill the league, and then you get Dinah and the rest of them kind of just like, they eventually come into forming the new league because they have to go out and recruit more people to help. I'm thinking I want to put them against the Legion of Doom.
Okay.
I'm thinking of that. So I don't have all this cast out so far. So let me go with my Clark. So here's my Clark. Right. Armie Hammer.
That's my Clark.
Are you serious?
All right. So I'm going to start changing some of mine around right now. Keep going.
So I have Armie Hammer as Clark, and it's because like he's gotten such a bad, after watching, again, I admit the creepy nature of Call Me By Your Name. He's a good actor. He's gotten some bad breaks with some of the bigger films he's gotten, but he's actually a really, really good fucking actor. And I think he could pull off Clark Kent so well. And I'm reminded that he was in Justice League Mortal, he was going to be Batman.
He was, that's true.
So, my Bruce, Jake Gyllenhaal.
I can see it. I can definitely see it.
Yeah, I remember when that rumor came up, and I was like, God damn you guys, I actually like that. And here's the other reason why, too. It's like, I think one of the problems that they made, like, I don't think that Ben Affleck is necessarily a bad Batman. I think he was given bad direction. And the first bad direction he was given was to get himself so pumped up that he doesn't look like he can actually fit through any kind of fucking vent. It's like, dude, like, you're being Batman, you're not being Bane. Like, although now I kind of want to see Ben Affleck as Bane. I'm kidding. For my Diana, that was a tough one. I wanted to go back with Jamie Alexander. I feel like if she wasn't,
God damn it, Chris!
Are you serious? Come on, man. It was like she had, because that was the name we all were thinking. Like, here's the thing.
What are you doing?
Here's the thing. I'm recasting. I actually think Gal does a really good job, but Jamie Alexander to me was meant to play fucking Diana. She just was. So, I think I'm gonna get you with this one because I don't think nobody's gonna pick this one. So you know who my Wally is?
It's the same.
You say what now?
It's the same. I'm gonna hang up. How about that?
It's not gonna be the same. It can't be the same. So my Wally is gonna be Timothée Chalamet. He was the other lead in Call Me By Your Name, and he plays off really well with Armie Hammer. I thought that having a Wally who is just completely like awestruck of who Clark is would be really good. He looks like he's not going to be a hero. He still looks like a young kid, and would really, really fit well with a young kid being called up from the Titans to play against these like literally icons. And you can basically play the entire movie with him basically realizing that, never meet your heroes type deal. So I have that. I don't have a Victor. I don't. I admit that I don't have a Victor yet. Although, you know what? Now I do. John Boyega.
Can I be weird here?
Yeah.
He's too short.
You can fix that.
Yeah, but I needed Victor to be a football star first. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's right. That's true. I
Like,
think about
Victor got some stature on him.
You know what? Here's the thing. You know what? I know I'm gonna recast it. I actually don't mind the kid who's playing him now. I really don't.
I can't tell.
I need to see
I saw
more.
that movie once. He was laser pointer wrapped in aluminum foil. I didn't.
Yo, there's a never mind. I'm not even gonna bring it up. 'Cause I knew the things weren't done. Like there was like, I guess they were showing some unfinished cut scenes or something like that. Oh my god, it is so bad. Like
I bet
it's so bad. So here's an interesting one. My Dinah Lance. You know who I got?
who?
Ruth Nega.
Ooh.
I know. Yeah.
All right. I like the version of Dinah. You're going like 80s Dinah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. All right.
Okay.
You're mixing arrows on me. I'm hanging out. I got you.
I'm mixing it up. John's Ricky Whittle.
What is that?
From American Gods.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Zatanna, you're probably not gonna know her. Isa Gonzalez. She plays. She was in Baby Driver, and then she was. But I really remember her from playing.
What's she in Baby Driver?
Huh?
What's she in Baby Driver?
She was the other. She played next off of John Hamm's character. She was.
I love her. By the way, they filmed all. That's a very Atlanta movie. Like
yeah. So I know her from. Cause I actually interviewed her when she was doing From Dusk Till Dawn, the TV series. She's fantastic.
Okay.
She's really good. And I think I had Vixen, but I didn't cast anybody for Vixen yet. So that's what I got. Those are my cast right now. So who do you got?
All right. So I did a little bit more casting than you did.
Yes.
Which is fine. I don't agree with that. I struggled. So the two I don't have are Zatanna and Starfire. So my story is essentially the Justice League at the height of its powers, and Darkseid comes to Earth. It's basically the opening arc of New 52 if they were already a team.
Mm-hmm.
Army Hammer is Superman because whatever, we're apparently the same person. I
gotta know why you picked Army, because I gotta know I know how I came to that decision. How did you come to Army? Because again, we did not talk about this shit beforehand. How did you come to Army Hammer for Clark?
He just honestly, I was gonna cast him as Captain Marvel, but I don't want Captain Marvel in my movie. And so I was like, who's the next? Like, I mean, he's a physically imposing guy. Like, I think he could play the role. He's got the height, got the build to him. I think he could do it.
Yo, he can. I absolutely believe he can. Like, you know, years ago when I heard that he was cast as Batman, I was like, oh fuck no. But then I started seeing him. I was like, oh, actually, he's a really good actor. Like, you could, and you got to remember, like, that's the thing about actors.
Armie Hammer is 6'5".
Yeah,
he's 6'5". You know how rare it is to be a tall actor? Yeah, that's not Superman. John Hamm, Batman, because I wanted him to be a little older than Superman.
that makes sense.
I want Batman in my continuity in my head. Batman came first.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Alexander for Woman because fuck you very much.
It's like, I don't know. I was like it was either that or I didn't know who else to pick. Like that. That's my. I know there's plenty of other people who can do it, but I'm like,
there's our girl who almost played her on television.
I thought about that, Andrea.
No. Mockingbird.
That's what I'm saying. I know who you're talking about, and I almost picked her. I almost did.
Yeah.
Cause I thought, but I didn't want to get the mocking. But
I almost picked her, but I remember that I'd seen that pilot.
Right. But here's the thing: like, she's good in John Wick, so
she is.
She can fight.
So for Flash, for my Wally, I did something a little different. I wanted to play him a little older. Like he's not new to he is the guy who probably is one of the younger on the team, but he's like weathered. He's a vet because he's been doing this since he was 12.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose Damian Lewis from Homeland. I wanted him to kind of be like the not necessarily like I'd play him. I want to play him a little younger. GL Kyle Oscar Isaacs. Like I wanted those guys to be the new blood, but also not them be rookies.
Mm-hmm.
Hawkman, Cress Williams, because I the one episode of Black Lightning I saw, I loved.
Oh man!
And I think he could bring the physicality and like he's one of those guys who believes standing up to Batman.
Yo, that would act. Yo, him as a Hawkman would be good.
Dope as shit, right?
That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Yes.
And my Jean, as will always in every fan cast I ever do, is Lance Reddick from The Wire and lots of other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just think he's great. Yeah, Zatanna and Starfire couldn't do it. My story has Starfire being it's her coming to Earth. She's our viewpoint character, but she's running because the Tamarian Empire has been destroyed by the anti-life equation.
Okay.
And Earth's heroes stand to defend Earth against Darkseid.
Yeah, I think that works.
And that also, like, honestly, and we could, like, so I did this so I could make up my own story. But if I was doing Justice League tomorrow, I would take the first 3 episodes of Justice League Unlimited and just film it.
Yeah.
And just film it. It opens with Batman, Superman, and then it expands as the thread expands. Isn't that weird? There's no exposition. There's no Barry visiting his. I don't want. Let's just move on.
But yeah, that was actually fun. I actually enjoyed doing that. That's we might have to do more of those. That was
good. Yeah.
Actually, and the fact that we pick some of the same things is
a little creepy.
Man, we really gotta stop talking to each other so much. we gotta do better, yo. This is being a bit much. Being a little bit much. All right, so the last thing before we get out of here, we're gonna talk the pull list and talk about what we've been reading. I'll let you go first, man. What you got?
All right, so this month, what I actually did was, for the first time, I didn't just like pick 4 or 5 books. I wrote down everything I'm reading. So this week, things I can't spoil this week talking about. I'm just gonna say Jessica Jones. I think it's wrapped up with this issue. Brian Michael Bendis. Yeah, it is definitely because she'll be back in the fall. Bendis has left her in an amazing place. If you enjoy the show or the first run, I advise you to pick up the post Secret Wars run. It's really good. X-Men Blue has been great. Power Rangers from Boom Studios is a lot of fun. They hit issue 25. They're kicking off a big crossover event, and it's going to be a pretty good story. The Avengers is doing their No Surrender arc, where they've this isn't a spoiler, I don't think. They revived the Hulk. Mm-hmm. And the Flash is kicking off or wrapping up an arc with Grodd, but it has the entire Flash family. It's got Wally, it's got other Wally, it's got Flash of China, Mina. It's pretty well done. And Daredevil 600 dropped today.
Oh wow!
It's awesome. It's a really been. I tweeted out one series of panels.
Oh, I was like, he was writing Daredevil too.
Yeah.
God, he was writing so much.
No, he wasn't. I take it back. He wasn't in Daredevil.
Okay.
It was not. I take it back.
Right.
But no, it's a great run. And I think I should read other things I'm reading right now. Invincible Iron Man's amazing. The event books I'm reading, I am reading Doomsday Clock. The new issue came out today. It's really good. Dark Knight's Metal wrapped up today. I really enjoyed that. Things I read weekly. Injustice 2. And I know people who play the Injustice games are like, I don't need a comic book on my video games. Tom Taylor wrote a lot of Injustice 1 story as far as the comic. And what they're doing in Injustice 2 is really fleshing out kind of the world that game exists in. It's pretty entertaining read. Some things that just wrapped up that I think everyone should keep an eye out for as far as collected editions. Bendis wrote a 10-issue arc of Defenders. It's the Defenders from the television show, but in the comic universe, and it's really well done. Iceman wrapped up. Cena Grace wrote it. And it is, I thought, a really, really, really interesting look at what being a gay X-Man would mean, especially one who came out so late in life. And spoilers, but it doesn't end in a happy.
Oh, hold up. You broke up there a little bit. What were you saying?
Okay, it doesn't end in a happy place for the series because Iceman Bobby Drake finds someone that he can be happy with. It's him reconciling and becoming happy with himself, which I think is a really important story and a really, really well done story. I think it's 11 issues. If you haven't picked it up and it's a story that speaks to you, I would advise you giving that a shot. Another thing that wrapped up this week, or this month, I should say, Generation X. The art style takes some getting used to. It's not my favorite art, but it is good writing. It features a lot of characters we kind of grew up on. They addressed the Jubilee vampire thing, Chris.
Yo, I know. I knew that's why I made that joke earlier, but I'm not reading it. But yeah.
Other things I'm reading. Sorry, I just wrote it off my chest. Green Lantern and Hal Jordan's book just did an arc where they fought a bunch of Kryptonians. And it's Zod has taken over a planet that has 2 yellow suns, and Hal brings a detachment of landers to bring him in. It goes about as well as you think it goes. If you ever wondered what would happen if Superman really wanted to fight Green Lantern, it's not a pretty sight. I'm going to say the next one I'll talk about in a second. Nightwing has been interesting. They got a new writer on there. They had a really good... I'm just a huge Nightwing fan. Batman, we could talk for days about Tom King.
I mean, that's just a given.
Like this, the Poison Ivy story he wove over 3 issues was masterfully done and gave us a great understanding for that character. Thanos is wrapping up now. Whew. If you want to see 2 Thanoses fight a Silver Surfer wielding Mjolnir, this is the book for you. That sentence was so much fun to say, and it's true, and it's great.
I might as well just go and just jump in here while because you're going through half the stuff I'm already reading. Too.
I'm going to go first, so I'm going to steal all your shit.
Yeah. So that's how it feels. Cause I haven't read the Thanos wins stuff yet, but I did buy it. But I started reading I read the first 2 issues of that Thanos the first 2 volumes of the Thanos run, where he doesn't have his powers and he goes to get him back, and good God, yo,
I remain Thanos, bitch.
Like he literally gets judged, and they're like, you got to go here, you got to go into this pit and get judged if you're gonna. And it's literally one of his greatest fears or weaknesses is him. They have him in this fantasy world where he's leading the Avengers and he's actually a good guy, and he just stops in the middle of the thing, going, "Wait a minute, this is wrong. I'm Thanos." He just looks. I was like, You think this is gonna stop me? You think, it is, you're like,
they're putting him to this test. He stopped the test. He's like, this is what you thought I wanted?
Right.
This is what you thought would give me pause? Motherfucker, I am Thanos.
Oh my God. It's like those, just the first 2 volumes of that. It's like, we're gonna do Thanos later on our character corner stuff, but those first 2 volumes of it was like, that's all you need to read.
That's Thanos. Who's Thanos like? Read this.
Read those first 2 volumes.
You're saying, oh, now I get it.
Right. I mean, shit. When he shows up, and who was it? Was it Clovis who had his throne, took over from him? And he shows up. He's like, Did you? He was like, oh well, no. I was like, you left. It's mine. And I was like, you really think that you can take my shit? Just the first like couple panels where it's like Thanos is home, and it shows his boots landing on the planet surface. It's like, yeah, it's so good, so good. So sorry. Anyway, I had to jump on. I had to jump on the Thanos. I was letting you go, and I was like, I got to jump on the Thanos one because yes, that shit was.
The last one I want to talk about is one I know that I don't know if you're up to date yet. Mighty Thor.
I still got to read the last issue. I got to read. I know what happened in the last issue.
Don't read it. It didn't happen. That's all I feel about it.
I'm reading it. I'm right when we get off of this. I'm gonna read that, but I know Jason Aaron been writing his ass off on Thor.
No, dude. No. I'm sorry. And the thing is, there's a great article on IO9. If anyone's read this entire run, just Google IO9 and Mighty Thor, and they do a really good kind of coda to the run. And the last arc is, spoilers, entitled "The Death of the Mighty Thor." And from the second that Jane Foster picked up the hammer, there's one way the story was going to end. And the IO9 piece does this better, but I'm going to try to paraphrase. It discusses how Thor's always been about the juxtaposition between God and man. And a lot of time it's played for laughs because, look at Thor trying to get a job. But Jane Foster refusing godly treatment for her cancer, determined to fight it on her own, and knowing every time she picks up the hammer that it destroys any healing her body's done. But she keeps picking up the hammer. There's a panel early on, I think before Secret Wars, where she says, I never thought dying could be so much fun. Mm-hmm. And it reminded me of a run that you haven't finished because apparently you hate me. Jonathan Hickman's FF run. and I've been tweeting out quotes from it because it honestly makes me want to cry and it makes me want to be a father. It's a whole the whole thing. It's beautiful. But one of the quotes at the end is, see, the thing about this is it's not just a door. It can be anything. It can lead you to wherever you want to go. It can be adventure. It can be growing up. But there's a secret about the door. You don't have to walk through it. You can run. And the entire Jane Foster run is her running. Not from something, but to something. Like it's one of those things that I'm gonna sit back and reread that in like 2 or 3 years and talk about it the same way I talk about Hickman's Fantastic Four.
Yeah, it's Thor's dead. Long live Thor. It is. Yeah. I like. People go, oh, they changed too many characters too fast, and but like, listen, what do you think about Jason Aaron Thor? Well, I didn't read it. Oh, go fuck yourself then.
Well, he's writing Avengers, bitch. He's taking the story bigger. I'm so happy that Marvel just all the people you've been fighting with today, they lost.
They lost. What's great about it is they lost. They don't even know they lost. They don't even know they lost. It's fucking beautiful, but
they don't read the books. It's such a circular fucking problem.
Yeah, go fuck yourselves, guys. Actually, no. Actually, don't. You know what? Don't read the books. We don't need those kind of numbers. We don't care about that. No, you're right. I love what they've done with Thor, and I can't. I've been saving it up. I meant to read it the day before I got on, and I got caught up on stuff. You're done with everything. So I got again, most of the stuff you talking about, I've read too. I like X-Men Red. I've been reading, got into that, read that. Talked about the Thanos stuff. Mentioned about Iron Man. I'm catching them. I'm way behind on the Flash. So I'm right now. I'm so fucking far behind, like way behind. I'm at the part where Thawne has come back. Okay. And
you got some big stuff ahead in front of you.
I know, and goddamn, Thawne is evil.
Right?
God damn it. But no, I love that. I mean, shit with Thawne. Again, what I like about the Flash book is, and even with some of the stuff they've been doing in New 52, the small ways they've been dealing with the changes, right? It feels very Marvel-y, where, hey, these things are different from the timeline before, but we're not going to erase it. We're going to address it. Thank you. That's all I want. Keep it connected. Don't abandon the shit you've done before. So,
are you reading Metal? Are you up on Metal?
No, I'm behind. Metal is one of the things like on Doomsday Clock, where I think I'm going to stop subscribing to it, and I'm just going to get them when they're done.
Metal's done.
Metal's done? All right, I'll go and get Metal.
And let me say this. This is Metal. This is the endorsement I'll give you on Metal. Scott Snyder marveled the DC universe.
Well, here's the thing.
He changed the rules. He changed the structure, but he kept the DC universe intact. He didn't erase anything. He added on to the tapestry, and that's why I'm excited.
Well, here's the thing. I liked Metal. It was so much going on, and again, too many events. So I'll wait. So I'll wait. I'm gonna get it now, and now that's done, and I'll get all the extra books that are going with it. Because even the extra books, what happened was I subscribed to it, but they were giving you all the side books, which they're kind of necessary. But at the same time, it's like they don't tell you that when you subscribe to Dark Knight Metal. It was just like whatever. And I think I'm not gonna start. I don't. Again, I like Doomsday Clock, but now they're on the every other month schedule, so I might just wait until that's done as well. Let's see what else I got. Some non Marvel and DC stuff. I keep talking about this stuff. Uber Invasion is great, so just read Uber, guys. You got to do that. And I have Superb and Noble from Lionforge, so I'm reading those as well. So I like those, and I think that's it. Oh, I went back in because we had a CBBC on and stuff. I went back and I was rereading Ultimates, Al Ewing's Ultimates run. So that's 22 issues, and whoo, boy, I can't wait for us to talk about this. A lot of big ideas, man. A lot of big ideas. Like,
some would say too many big ideas.
I think at the worst, the end is like, well, here's the thing. I think it works as they do something with it.
Well, it works, but I'm just saying, like, as I'm rereading it, the whole thing, like, there's no point to breathe.
No, not at all. No,
it's a fucking it's paced in such an aggressive manner that I'm like, all right, man, everybody take a break. Let me go to my corner and have a fucking glass of water or something.
Oh no, it's nonstop, and it's, whew, boy, it gets you there. Like, you have to read that stuff. Like, I'm glad we actually ended up delaying it so I can read it again.
Yeah, I need to go back, honestly.
Yeah, I need to go back and take more notes, because it's just like, I mean, it's a very, like, and beyond just like the pacing, just like some of the ideas they're talking about, you're like when Reese and them show up and he's talking, like Galactus is talking to Reese, and I'm like, oh, should I be taking notes here? Should I? Is there gonna be a test later?
Quiz?
Right. I mean, when chaos comes and like chaos and order, like, oh my god, it's so much stuff going on there. So I was rereading.
Again, some would say too much.
Right. Some would say, and I totally get that. So
yeah, if you were like, I was intimidated by that book, I'm like, I get it.
No, I totally understand. I get that, and I think that's it. I bought a bunch of stuff, so I'll have more stuff next month. There was a buy one get one free sale for Marvel, so I bought a bunch of stuff. Okay, I will say there's just one bad thing about having digital. I buy a bunch of shit and forget I bought it. So there are downsides to going digital, guys. You got me. So, I think that's it, guys. That is our mailbag. You got anything else you want to add to this one, man?
Good.
Yeah, I think we're good. Thank you guys very much. Again, remember, we do the mailbag at the end of every month. Send us an email at mailbag@mtrnetwork.net. Put the month that you're sending the mailbag in there for so we don't miss it. And, yeah, stay tuned. Make sure if you want to listen to Wolverine the Long Night, you want to sign up for Stitcher Premium, go to stitcherpremium.com/premium, put the code in Tuesday, and you get a free month of Stitcher Premium, thanks to us. So do that, and make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Super Tuesday Recap on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and also we have a channel, YouTube channel, Stitcher Radio, YouTube channel. We don't have a vanity URL for it yet, but if you go to youtube.com/MTR Network, you'll see it in the list of our suggested channels. Subscribe to our Super Tuesday Recap channel there. And yeah, folks, again, thank you guys very much for listening. Until next time, we are out of here. Peace.